Hello, wonderful people, and welcome back to another video. I'm Luke, and today we will be discussing beginner art tips from an actual beginner's perspective. This might seem like a repeat or, sound like a loop of every beginner art tip video that you have ever watched, but I think it is good for me to repeat some of these things, especially since I am still in that beginner stage. Before we continue, thank you for 300 followers on Instagram. And if you're wondering what I'm drawing in the background, I'm practicing hands. Every beginner hates hands, but I decided 2024, new year, new me. And new me tries to draw hands. Will it succeed or fail? I have no idea. Anyway, let us continue. The first tip I would give is accept that it's going to take time. I know that as beginner artists, we tend to be like, how long is this going to take? I'm not getting good enough yet. This is taking such a long time for me to get good. But I'm here to tell you that it's gonna take time. Like, actually a very long time. I have been drawing for about 13 months now. If I count precisely, it's about 13 months. And my art just started getting decent 2 months ago. So it's gonna take a long time, or a short time. It depends on, how often you're practicing and all that. And another thing, next tip now is don't compare yourself to other artists. Don't. It's not going to take you anywhere. I did it for a long time and it did not help me whatsoever. Do not compare yourself to other artists, but compare yourself to yourself. Where you were when you started, where you were yesterday, where you were 3 weeks ago. That's who you should compare yourself to, your past self, not any other artist or anyone around you. Because everyone has their own unique journey and experiences that have shaped the way they create art. Next tip is something that you should be doing right now, and if you're not, you should definitely be doing it, and that's use references. When I started art, everyone around me told me don't use references, draw from your imagination, and I did, and my art was going absolutely nowhere. But once I decided to use references, I got better instantly because now I can see what I want to draw. I can actually see it. I don't have to imagine how it looks like and then draw it. I can actually see how it physically looks like and then draw it. And the next tip will be, if you're experiencing any art block as a beginner artist, I would recommend get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes when your mind gets trapped in a loop of drawing the same thing over and over and over, it really can stunt your growth. It can really stunt your growth. Like for me, I'd say I've had 2 sessions with that specific situation. Last year I was mostly drawing stylized characters and tiny little OCs. One was shaped like a dumpling and all that. And at some point my art account wasn't even an art account. I was posting more poetry. Even if you scroll down through my Instagram, you'll see a lot of poetry. And that wasn't me. I am a poet. I am a poet, but that account was for art. Is for art. So why am I doing poetry? And then I decided to take part in the December challenge where you have a Disney prompt every day, and it changed completely. I got out of my comfort zone. Disney was literally my entire childhood, and I'd never drawn a Disney character. So I was like, okay, let's do this, and I did, and enjoyed it thoroughly, and that's my new comfort zone. But then another thing, right now I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I am doing more of original characters, and it's actually going great. I can still draw Disney characters. Just drew one today, just drew one a few days ago. I can still draw Disney characters, but I am also starting to create my own characters based on the information that I've gathered over the last, few months. My mental library is expanding. Next thing is practice fundamentals. Practice fundamentals. It is going to help you loads. Basic shapes, learn how to draw the head, the skull, the hand, the neck, the leg, the torso, even just eyes, the nose, mouth, ears. Take a large group like the head and draw individual things, the eyes, the nose, and put them all together. Practice the shapes, the planes of the face. If you're planning on doing shading, practice those. They will help you a lot. Trust me. Before I start, my mistake, and I hope you don't make this mistake, I just started doing art fundamentals really a month the goal. I started taking seriously proportion and structure and all that. Started taking it seriously very, very recently. And in case you guys need help with that, I will link one or two YouTube channels that I think have had the largest influence on the way I think about art. One is more focused on the, drawing fundamentals. In fact, it's a series on his channel, and the next one is more focused on tips. A lot of very, very good tips. I'll link those down below. Another thing, and I think this would be the last thing, is be consistent. Try to draw as often as possible, and try to make sure you have fun while doing art as well. And along with that, I'd say be very observant of your surroundings. When you're watching cartoon or anime, I'd say look at the way certain things are drawn, whether it's characters, environments, backgrounds, clothing, etc. Look at how those are drawn and then apply that to your own art. Just observing, see like an artist, as I would call it. And yeah, in summary, accept that it's going to take time. Don't compare yourself to other artists. Always use references. Step out of your comfort zone. Practice the fundamentals. Observe and be consistent. That's it. So if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions for future videos, topics that you'd want me to discuss, feel free to leave them in the comments. Also, will be extremely happy to answer any questions that you may have for me. And yeah, I think that's it for me. See you in the next video. Happy sketching.